Hey guys, welcome back, and we are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. All right, so let's see what the market's going to throw at us today. So let me tell you guys what I've done today. So I've done some scalps in the. So obviously, to start off, let's start from the beginning. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what you should buy or sell. This is just me having my own models, learning from, what I've learned in the last, I don't know how many years. And I love trading, and I like to share with you guys what I know and how I use it to profit from the market. So no financial advice. Take a paper trade account, see how I trade, see if it works for you. If it doesn't, happy for you to find someone else to check out, but this is a channel where we're going to hang out, and we're going to see what we can do to take money out of the market today. All right, so let's start. I had a trade in London, so let me go there quick. I did a trade in London, and I actually posted it on my YouTube channel earlier. Sorry. Okay, it doesn't matter. There's a trade that I took, and this is what happened. So I've started with a $150,000 account. It's a paper trade account. And the reason for this is I want to see if we can get funded in 30 days or pass the challenge to get funded. And then once we do that, see if we can trade $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day with a funded account will give you enough money through the year to take out and to start trading with your own money. So let's look at this quick. So I started this morning in London. I took a trade and I made $3,000 on it. 6 units, which is on not a micro account, mini account. I then took another quick scalp, another 2 quick, and another one trying to aim for 1,000. Didn't get 1,000 there, so I end up sitting with 6,000. Now, for $150,000 funded account to qualify or to pass your challenge, you need to get to 9,000. Let's see if we can do that in this session. And I'm not forced to press any buttons, but yeah, let's just see. All I can tell you. Okay, so we're not at 9:30 yet. We still got 2 minutes to go, and this is a 5-minute chart. So let's go to a 1 minute, there's one thing I do want to see, and that is the opening gap. And I'm just gonna leave it there for now and see how we open, and then we can mark out the gap and then see how big the gap is and see if that's something we want to trade into. And the main thing here is to build context into, you know, in trading, to get to a point where you find liquidity, or, you know, low risk trades that you can jump in and out fairly quickly to take $1,000 and off you go. Let's just make it smaller so we don't miss anything. Okay, strange, we should be going there in a minute. Right, so at this point, guys, as you can see, I'm not rushing into any trades or go crazy to take random trades. So we wait for the market like now. Okay, so there's the gap. So we can take it from there. Okay, so we have to wait for this to close. So let's just give it a minute. So we're going to take it on the open. Okay, so it's on the close here and it's on the open down there. So normally, and this is, let's just see how many handles this is. This is, what is this? 20. Yeah. Well, let's see if it actually closes gap or just continue lower. And the reason I'm saying that is currently, this is obviously on regular trading hours, and if you know the trend is down, down, down. All right, so this is where it becomes interesting. This looks like a 3 drive down, and this is liquidity. This is a 1 hour chart, so just bear with me here. So we get a lower low, a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and now if we see price comes through this, it might not happen everything today, but we could see price go all the way up, target these liquidity here, because now you've got liquidity down, liquidity down, liquidity down. So it refuses to go higher to take liquidity out. And I don't know if this high actually, okay, so I can't go that far back. So let's use this, these two as liquidity. Okay, so we can expect price, because it's low, to reverse down here to fill this gap completely and go to the NFP highs that we marked out last Friday. And that would be my target if we break through here to go all the way up there, and then that would be my target. Again, this is not financial advice, that's just how I see the market and how I like to trade it. So I'm going to go back to the 1 minute, and then I'm just going to go back to normal electronic trading hours, and all we know now is there's opportunity for the market to go up. This thing can drop even further. There's nothing in any book that tells you if the market does that, it's got to do a certain thing. And let's just see something here. I don't know if it's going to take that low. Okay. I don't see clear liquidity. I'm gonna just stick with this for now. Okay, so now we can see price moves into this order block down here, and that could send price higher from here. And we've got highs up here, did not take that high out. There's some liquidity trend down. So if we get some sort of inverted fair value gap, I might look for longs here, but at this point I'm just sitting and do nothing. So let's see, where is the 930 candle? Was this one here. Okay, let's see what happens from here. So far the momentum looks pretty strong to the downside, and it might continue to do that. We might, break these. Just want to see if there's any, there's all this consolidation down here and all this liquidity, right, sitting here. All this liquidity down here was taken there, and market moved away from it. Now we've got all this liquidity down here, and we might see price go below this in order to go and grab or clear some liquidity down here. So maybe I'll just mark out, no, wrong one. I'm just marking that out as a reference point. So let's just see. As you can see, there's a lot of wicks on these candles, and it's Monday, so there's no, I don't know. You have to wait. Monday normally shakes out, whatever's happening, and then get more structured later in the week, from a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So looks like we're gonna attempt to go lower down here, so I might try to take a short here. Okay, and then set a target for 1,200. And guys, that was the quickest that I've got, and that trade's gone. So I was still trying to talk through it, but I guess it is what it is. And now we'll have to wait and see what happens down there. Okay, so we're currently on 7,000. So let's see if we can get to that 9,000 qualify, and then we'll start off with, if we get obviously qualified or pass the challenge today, we'll start with a fresh $150,000 account, and then the aim would be to get to your $1,000 a day, and you do that over time. You could double the account quite easily. So I'm not saying that's what we're going to do. That's going to be the aim. That's what we're going to try for this year. Alright, so what's important here, this is your very first fair value gap that formed. So let's see how price treated us. Okay, so we've got this liquidity, and we're almost there. I want to see price maybe run lower again into that blue line, and then if we invert this fair value gap, might be some opportunity to go higher. Okay, let's take this out. Try to keep the chart as clean as possible. I know there's a bunch of lines here. If that 50% holds price, then it would be a great trade or resistance to push price lower again. Close above that, and obviously it's looking to invert or change. But let's have a look. See how it holds price there. And there we immediately see a push lower. Now we can see price go to this blue line. Go down there and then invert. Don't know. So guys, while we wait and see what's happening here, let's first, I just want to check something. Alright, so that's the high up there and the low, the first 15 minutes. Alright, so what I'm going to do this year, one, I'm going to keep track of all the the strategy trades that we take. I'm going to document it. I'm going to keep track. We've had only one setup so far this year, and that gave us a $3,000 profit. There was no trades in the other news days for my rules and for my the strategy. And it could be because of we're still in early days of January. It's best to sit on the side still, you know, February, and then start trade for the market to settle and get direction. So yeah, so I'm going to keep track, I'm going to keep record, I'm going to talk about it, I'll make videos about it, and I'll keep posted on my community tab. I also got a Twitter account that you guys can join, and it is what is it, hashtag or at hit by Neil, HITBY, and then Neil, NEIL. Follow me on there. I'm posting stuff there as well, and just to keep you guys in the loop of what I'm doing. And there you go, there we go to that bottom liquidity, and we're pushing through that, and we might, I don't know, we'll have to see what it does from here. Alright, so, and then the second thing that I'm going to do, which I've already started, is to create a 150,000 Rand paper trade account, which I'm going to scalp. And just to show you guys, and the reason I'm using a $150,000 account, I mean, we can use any account. The target, if you go to this you know, these accounts where they, you know, funded brokers, where you buy an account to pass a challenge and then get funded, and for 150,000 you have to reach a 9,000 Rand profit target, $9,000 profit target, which we're very close. You've got 30 days to do that. Once you've done that, they'll give you another account, they'll reset your account, and then you need to just trade it. And then the thing is, guys, you've got a whole year to trade at. You don't have to take unnecessary risk. You don't have to go crazy in 1 month to make a payment. Just put a year aside and trade it and make $1,000 a day. We've already made $1,000 here, $1,200, and see where you are by the end of this year. That, in my opinion, will give you enough money to take out or to double the account to $150,000 to take that out, or $100,000, and then start the new year with $100,000 that you've got and trade your own money. And then you can scale down to small accounts, micro accounts, and just keep going with that. It's all about finding high probability trades and not try to mess around. Now what we've seen here is, guys, I draw that line which I thought was the liquidity. We saw a big push, just tip through it, and then a big reaction up here. The problem is I'm not going to buy up here. There's the fair value gap. I would want to see a retest in this fair value gap, and this fair value gap is now a IFVG. That's an inverted fair value gap, and then we'll target that 50% there. That's a target, and I'm just going to mark it out so we all on the same page, and we'll call it a target 1, target 1. Okay, if we get that retest on that IFVG, I would obviously be very, very interested to look for a buy, and or even 50% of this is just above there. But I'm not just going to jump in, because if I miss it, I miss it. It's never a good idea to rush into these trades, I promise you. Sometimes, and you'll see, this is my fair value gap, the new one after the IFVG, and that dotted line should hold price. So there's 2 dotted lines now that should hold price. If it spikes through it to make a wick, then that's probably gonna become a new support level to push price higher. Okay, so this is a high. If we close above this, then momentum is probably moving to the top side. If we break through this, yeah, then it was just manipulation to get people confused. And guys, I'm on $7,000 now. Doesn't mean I have to push buttons and force myself to get to that 9,000 today. It's the first day, so I mean, I've got 30 days to do it in a normal challenge. So I just thought I'll give it a go. Earlier in the London session, I saw a nice setup and I took it. And there were some other trades that happened earlier, just before New York opened, and I took those as well. So, and you saw how quickly this other $1,200 actually played out. It didn't give me time to do anything. So yeah, let's just chill and not rush anything. Okay, so you guys can see the dotted line hold price both sides, and don't like this wick now, but let's just see what price does from here, and might be another trade to go long. I'm going to try it and give it a go, and then we can see how it plays out. So I like these highs. Highs up here. I was hoping to see price to actually maybe just stab through it. Let's give it some time. Come on. Okay, we should be seeing I don't like all this wicks that's forming right now, and but let's see if we can get that stab through, just take that profit, and then it can reverse. Okay, so close, so close. Come on, push it, push it, push it. Come. So close. I just want that spike up to secure that profit, and then we move on. It's a volatile time, and now is the, you know, it's now the 10 minutes that we're in for liquidity, or the macros that runs. So if it wants to make a move, it's got to be now normally. So hopefully we see that push up into our take profit. Come on, push it, push it, push it. There we go. Alright, so that is not the greatest price action, but this is just to show you guys this IFEG down here we inverted, we came back, we tested it. If you took a trade right at the bottom there, I mean, your risk is on the outside of that IFEG. That's the smallest risk. If you just target these highs that are targeted now, it would have taken its time, but you would have been in green from the get-go. Low drawdown. As you can see, now we're running up the page, and now my eyes are moving to this target 1. We are currently on $8,800, so we only need $200 to meet our $9,000, and what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get it, but again, not going crazy to just press buttons. Look for real opportunities. This opportunity down here, you saw those spikes there, or those wicks. It's enough to make you nervous if you don't know what you're doing and thinking you're on the wrong side. Sometimes you have to stick through it and stick through it to I got in late in that trade, but yeah, normally you would get in at that 50% and then look and see how price reacts. If it doesn't reject, then that's fine, you just collapse the trade, you move on. So I want to take a trade here. I should have taken this trade just to take to that high, and I'm going to give it a try, just so, and there we are. Okay, so I've closed that trade, and that gives me let's see, we are now on 9,300. So that is where we managed today to take some trades, scalp trades. We started off with this $3,000 trade, and we managed to secure 1,000, 1,800, 1,400, and then just now closed it quickly just to get the account. So tomorrow we'll start with a brand new $150,000 account, which is then in a position where you can withdraw money, and but I'm not going to take any money out for the whole year. All I'm going to do is I'm going to trade this account for the whole year, so you guys can see what is possible on a daily basis. When we do live streams, I'll scalp and I'll show you what I do and what trades I take and took, and we really just need that one trade for $1,000. If you do 10 trades a month, that's going to give you $10,000 a month. If you do, I don't know, 20 trades a month, that's $20,000, and that's going to fast track everything. But let's have a look. Let's see how it performs. It's easier said than done, and sometimes the market don't always play out. Alright, so let's have a look here. We've got this liquidity. We created a nice inverted fair value gap with a bigger fair value gap, where you can see price was, these dotted lines was 50% of the fair value gap, and the inverted fair value gap of holding price, and slowly but surely push price higher. Now we're targeting this first target up here, and I'm suspecting that we even gonna go to a second target, which is gonna be up here. So now all we do is we sit and we watch and see how price plays out. Alright, so there's momentum to the top side now. When we see this pullbacks, we could see a pullback into this nice big fat candle and maybe bounce from there to go higher. Just to show you, if you actually took a long at this dotted line and you target this target right up there, and you put your stop below this fair value gap, that's a 6.8 to 1. If you're in that trade at this point, you could have secured already 4 to 1, but that's going to give us a 6.8 to 1. So that's just giving you some context how powerful IFVGs and fair value gaps are, and all these other gaps. Okay, and we can see now price is at that level now. If you really look closely, there's no fair value gaps except this one here, but there's a bunch of them now. There's one here. So hopefully holds price to go higher. Always look for the gaps, because gaps are targets as well. And that's where we normally see that you can use as targets as well, basically. Just want to minimize this. Okay, so this is a great liquidity. As you can see, equal highs. Okay, so now what's happened, we've created equal highs here, so we could expect now price to move down from that swing point to there into this black candle, reject from here and target these highs. And I do believe this fair value gap will hold price to push it higher into those equal highs. That's a nice target. And let's give it some time and see. There you can see the rejection, and if we close above the, okay, we've closed above this, and now we should see price go and target this equal highs up here. What's important to view, like I said earlier, see how these candles that comes down and spikes through this fair value gap. How's the bodies staying above that dotted line? And that's important to note. and that gives you confirmation that you're still on the right side. Although you see price moving down, it's just, you know, if you don't know how to trade fair value gaps, that will just confuse you as a trader. And but for us, we keep an eye on these things, and we know we're on the right side. We come down, equal highs, we expect price to go there, so I want to see bodies stay above this dotted line, and therefore, I mean, I can even take a trade to show you guys. Just take a trade there, and now I want to see price take out that high. Which will be this high that formed just now, to take out those equal highs. And that would secure a $3,000 profit. And there was no need to take this trade, but I think just to show you guys, and there you go. And that's another $3,000. And what that means is, let me just take P&L off, just to show you guys. That gives us $12,450 profit for the day. And again, those are the trades we took. Pretty good day. And now target one is in play for us. Okay, so equal highs was taken. And guys, when you see liquidity gets grabbed, it doesn't mean price has to go all the way to all the targets. It could reverse right here and go back down. So what I'm getting at, it's quite important for you to take trades, take profit off the table, take money off the table, even if you enter again. I know some people would disagree with that, but I mean, I've taken quite a few trades today, and I made money. If I left those trades on the table, I would have been down today. So it's important for you to have a short-term target, to grab quick money in and out, and walk away with profit in your account. Okay, now I'm just doing nothing. I mean, I don't see anything right now. Like I said, we run that those equal highs, and now could either reverse, go sideways, or just shoot up. And again, I'm not here to hit or catch those home runs, and I'm just literally here to take money, to take it quick, and that's it. Money in the bank is way better than money that you see come and go. Alright, so now what we see here, we can actually invert this. Oh, sorry. We've stepped in, we run equal highs, there's liquidity, there's no fair value gap here. We can spike through it, leave this as a breakaway gap, and go back down here again. That's what we could do. I don't know if it will. Just so you guys know, even if I still had to take a trade, I would never have taken this trade, this short. There's too much upside for me yet, although there's no equal lows within this fair value gap. If there was equal lows, I might have considered this. This equal highs was a high probability trade, and it bounced off a fair value gap, so the obvious place for me, price should be going there before it comes down. Does it have to do it? No, it doesn't. But I've seen it so many times that it plays out. Okay, so now we're seeing the first black candle closing below that 50%, and another candle now looks like it's respecting that dotted line, this 50%, and I don't know, we might see price drop a little bit here because of just those signs, and you know, let's have a look at the 5 minutes. So we even took out these highs here. And something interesting, equal highs again. There's new equal highs, taking this off, and we've got a little target up there, but there's reason to go higher again. But a 5-minute just inverted this fair value gap, so this is now IFEG. So now you would need or want to see, and we just tested the IFEG. Nice if we can test it 50% again. Then there's space to go down. Okay, so basically remember what I said earlier, from 9:50 to 10:10, a 10-minute when the macro runs, and it normally runs liquidity. That liquidity was these equal highs. It did that, and then it came back down. We passed the macro now, and see how this IFEG, we tested right into that 50%, and now we're dropping. And this IFEG down here could be your next target, and the reason being is that low, or this 50% of this IFEG, a target there, so it could look like something like this, boom. That's almost 7-1 there. Let's make it a 6-1. Back at that 50% of the IFEG where you entered, or where you would have entered on that retest. Let's see. If it's taking this out, I mean this fair value gap up here might spike into that, and then I can tell you now we are in a space of a mess, because you've got a fair value gap that gets inverted. That was just enough to stop you out. Remember, we mark out this first fair value gap, and it was resistance into that, becomes support to move higher to another liquidity pool, and now I don't know. Best part about this is we have not taken a trade that lost money today. Okay, so this means nothing right now, and now you can see we've inverted this IFEG a couple of times, and now we're slicing through it, and now we just have to wait. I mean, if you were going to take trades now, I would just sit on the side, because now you don't know really. I mean, it's a bit messy now, right? So I don't know if that test of that 50% now means we're going higher, because we just had one to show us to go lower and then got inverted. So it might hold to go higher into our first target, pass through those equal highs. There's new equal highs there that formed. So I've seen so many times where we form these equal highs and lows, and then we manage to go sideways till the PM session, till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then only run those liquidities. See, in the worst place to be is being stuck between two fair value gaps. This one's holding the bottom 50%, now we're holding the top. So no clear direction and nothing to trade here. If you watch this live stream and you've taken the same trades in your paper trade account and you made some money, give me a like, and I mean, maybe just in the comments below, just pop in how much did you make today, and let's see if we can get this conversation going, and if we can learn together and drive this journaling process through to the end of the year and see how much money we can actually make following simple executable strategies. And I promise you guys, we're going to trade this. Will there be losing days? Of course there will. I've never done any trading where it's 100% profits. And yeah, at some point I will share my scalping strategy with you guys to show you how simple it really is. And then it's just a matter of discipline and patience. Alright, so we're getting to an hour now. What I'm going to do is, because trading's not, I'm not going to sit through this now. I think I'm going to end this stream here. We've made some money, we did well today. I might come on later for the PM session, or maybe I'll just wait for tomorrow, and then tomorrow we'll try and do this again and see how we make that $1,000 a day.